Hi there, this is Daniel with End Time Country Living, and on this video I want to quickly just share a little story of something neat that happened to me this morning. So I was working on a little hanger for my headset. I have a glass and metal desk, and it has a bolt that sticks out one end that I unscrew so I can hang my telephone headset on. And I was getting really frustrated because the bar was popping out and there wasn't enough room to hang my headset. I was having to set it on the floor or something else down lower because it wouldn't hang up there. The bolt was only so long. And so I was like, well, I need to get this, see if I can get this fixed. I wonder if I can find a longer bolt that might work better. So I went in there and first I got my Allen wrenches out and uses an Allen wrench. I screwed it all the way in, then back out, and the thing went pop, and the side of the desk popped back out again. So it just wasn't long enough, and I just didn't want to back it out too much. Otherwise, it would desk could collapse or something like that. So I went in and got my little tub of random bolts and things like that out of my closet, and I prayed and said, okay, God, help me find a bolt that's going to fit in here. And the neat thing is when I got my Allen wrenches, I pulled out my little container of Allen wrenches here, which is kind of a mess. I couldn't find my other little section in there, so I have all these in here. So I looked as oh well, which one? I couldn't even really see because it's around the corner as far as which one I wanted, so I grabbed the first one here on top, and lo and behold, it was the right one. So I was like, praise God. That was nice to be able to have it. It's like the first one I grabbed, and I really couldn't even, I mean, I kind of remember what the hole size is, but other than that, it was just a kind of a guess. So then anyway, I went in here and to grab a bolt here, and I think so this is the old bolt that was in there, so it isn't very long. I need to be able to have it screw through about an inch, so I just had just a tiny bit that I needed to be able to hook my headset on. So I reached in there and pulled out this bolt here, looked about the right size and the right thread, and it's like, oh, this one's quite a bit longer. Goes in about that far in there, so it screws into the end of a pipe with some threads in there. And I was like, okay, so I started to screw that in there. It was like not going real well, and then it's like, okay, now it's catching, and kept going. And so I was like, well, this one has an Allen wrench, and it's like, well, it's the same Allen wrench, so I didn't have to go fish out another one for a different size. This same one worked for both. And so I put it in there. It's like, oh, you know what, this has got this nice big head on here. That'll be perfect. I don't even have to try to get it perfect every time. I can just reach up there with my headset and put it right up there on the end of the desk, and it works great. So I was like, praise God that he provided, didn't take a lot of time, and provided. So I was really happy that it didn't take very long, and God provided me the right Allen key, and also found a bolt the first time. I just went in there and picked up the first one I picked up was the one that I ended up using, and it fit perfectly, and it was much better than the old one. So I was like, well, put the old one in there and use it for something else next time. So it's nice to have a little circulating tub of, pick stuff in there. When you find an old bolt, just throw it in there and be able to use it later without having to think, well, I need this long and this specification, need to run down to the hardware store and try to find one that'll fit, and spend an hour or more doing that. So it's just nice to be able to have something on hand, and then have God help you too, provide what you need. He already knows what we need before we even ask. And so anyway, hope that's an encouragement to you. All right, God bless. I'll see you on the next video.